Welcome. My name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. And I am continuing with my project of 100 days of pockets. I'm not doing 100 days in a row. I'm doing around 5 pockets. I want to do them every Sunday. Last Sunday I missed. I had a busy week and just didn't get it done. But I'm back this Sunday. So I'll keep on doing about 5 pockets each Sunday. I'm going to do 25 in my fall journal, and then I'll do 25 in a winter journal. So I'm not going to start the winter journal until it feels like I want to start the winter journal. I don't like to rush winter. So I don't know if you're with me or not. I'm in Canada. We're not like in the Arctic with polar bears and dog sleds and no roads in the wintertime. Some people think that we're just like the Arctic Circle here. We do have, but we do have a cold winter generally and lots of snow. So I don't like to rush that part. But when I feel like it's winter, if I'm done my fall journal, I'll loop into that. If not, I might have a little bit of a break there. Anyways, this is a design team project for the Junk Journal Studio. And maybe I'll just mention this first. What I'm doing the project is 100 Days of Junk Journal Pockets. It is something that Cindy A. Lewis dreamed up. And she has on her channel, I think she's over 50 now of the pockets. Every day she does a junk journal pocket. She produced this resource which has every pocket and instructions for every pocket in there, which is wonderful. This is for sale on her coffee shop. Everything is linked below. So I'm following along with her. I'm going a little bit slower pace, but I'm redoing all of the pockets and making idea journals. So I'm making idea journals using the Junk Journal Studios Bounty collections. I'm going to make 4 of them with 25-ish pockets each. And so I'm starting with fall. And then I'll do a winter with the winter bounty kit from the Junk Journal Studio, and then spring and summer with the spring and summer bounty kits. This is the fall bounty kit. So yeah, and then I'll just have a wonderful idea book. I'm doing minimal decorating, but the papers and the ephemera that is in these kits just it makes it so easy to decorate with, honestly. So they look really good without too much of an effort. I have an instruction video on how I made this journal if you're interested. Here I have the table of contents for the first 25 pockets. So I'm putting those in there. So I've just got that. This is an envelope base here. So I've got a pocket built into there. And just quickly, these are the kits that I'm using from the Junk Journal Studio. I'm using the Fall Bounty collection. So is there 3 kits? I think there's 3 kits. Some of them, the other bounty kits have like up to 5 kits. So this collection has journal pages, 34 pages, coordinating pages, 32 pages, and embellishments, 32 pages. So huge kits, very reasonably priced. Check them out on Etsy if you're interested. And then I'm also using a few extra little bits. That's the main kit, but I have this fall collage and cluster mega pack. I love these collage and cluster mega packs. 2 of my most favorite things. I love the journal pages. I love all of her kits, but my 2 most favorite things are the labels. She has fantastic labels. She's got tons of label kits. And these tea cards. I just love these adorable tea cards. So there's lots of tea cards in there. And then I'm also using a few little pieces. She's got mushrooms from Days Gone By. So there's 2 kits there. And if you like mushrooms, you will love this kit. Beautiful pages, and then labels and tea cards and fussy cuts and all things mushrooms. And then she's got labels from Days Gone By, labels from Days Gone By Volume 2. And these are just such great kits to get for any project. They just add so much. And all of the labels that Michelle does are taken from vintage ephemera. She has nothing that's AI generated in her kits. So they're a little different than You know, a lot of kits out there are using a lot of AI, and some of them are, you know, doing it very tastefully, and you know, combining AI with other things, which turn out really beautiful. But I really do like the vintage stuff. So red labels from Days Gone By, I'm using that one because the red goes with the fall. There's random grungy labels, all things distressed labels, and then here's some freebies that she has on the. She has mainly an Etsy store. She's moving all of her stuff, I think, to the coffee shop as well. But I don't think everything is moved over yet. So some of her stuff is for sale in her coffee shop. There's some freebies there, and there's several more. This is just some that I'm using that coordinate with the fall kits there. So that's just a quick little blurb on what I'm using for the kit here. So I'm numbering each one of my pockets. There's a playlist for all of these pockets below if you want to check that out. So the first one that I made for this session is number 11. I take the instructions from Cindy's instruction book and just cut them out separately and attach them to each pocket with the number so I know everything. You know, this is an idea book, so if I look at this and I'm like, I want to make that, here's the instructions for that, here's my example for that, here's my number for that, so I've got everything in one place. I can recreate this pocket easily. So this one is called a hidden paper clip pocket. And most of these pockets I'm doing slightly different sizes, slightly different techniques. I'm trying to make it fairly simple though, because I'm already thinking, you know, I should make this, but, you know, do this extra little flip or this extra little pocket or whatever. But I'm trying to resist making too much of these ones so that if you have the base, then you can think of all these ideas to add to it. If you've already, you know, added this, then it kind of locks you into more of a fancier pocket, where I like the simple, you know, just a simple base, because then you can work off of it, and I could make this into, you know, any size, shape. This one I put a pocket. I can't remember if she had a pocket in the front of hers or not. I don't think so. But, you know, just you can add variations as much as you want if you have the base pocket. So this one is just basically a pocket at the top, and it's got a paper clip at the side. I think I added this pocket here, and then that just clips onto your page wherever you want. And I can even clip the instructions there, or I can put them in the pocket there. And that was pocket number 11. And then pocket number 12 was called a flip out pocket. So basically this one flips out this way. I put a little piece of Velcro on mine, and it just flips out like that. It's just basically one piece. It's glued on 3 sides here. I added another pocket here, another little tuck there, and this is a pocket in the back here. So there's that one, and then I just put the instructions back there. This one was number 12. I think it's not going in because it's getting a little bit, you know, rounded there because there's so much stuff in there. This one is called, this is number 13. It's called Belly Band Pocket Combo. So this one is a belly band, just a normal belly band, and then it's got a pocket on the side, so it's wrapped around here and made into a pocket. I added this label here, and the reason I did that is because it's a lot easier to put something into the pocket if you have something to slide this along. She didn't have that, and it was hard for her to, you know, where's the pocket, where's the opening there. But if you have this label or anything at the back there, you just slide that in very easily. So there's that pocket on the top. So that is not part of the belly band. The belly band opening is behind there. This I had made a while ago with the fall collage and cluster kit. I made a whole bunch of these clusters. I just love them. So I added one of those to decorate. That was really easy. This is just a piece of ephemera from the Fall Bounty kit. Very cute. And just tuck that in there. So here's one of the pages from the Fall Bounty with mushrooms and, you know, just the Latin names and different things there. So just really, really fun. So there's number 13. Number 14 is called Matchbook Pocket. And this one, I think I made a little bit wider. I wanted it a little bit wider for my page. You know, you can do infinite variations. This one I turned into a pocket at the back. I don't think she did that. So I just glued that on 3 sides and I have a pocket on the back. And then I put a little half circle pocket on the front here with a couple little tickets and just a little decoration. I stapled the bottom and then I covered that with some little bits there, a little falling leaf. And then inside, I stapled, I don't think she put paper at the bottom. I just stapled a couple pieces of paper for a little journaling spot in the matchbox. And then there's also this tuck spot. So this is basically the pocket that she's talking about when she makes the pocket. Here's a couple of tea cards from the Collage Mega Pack, Fall Cluster and Collage Mega Pack, I think it's called. So I just have those tucked in there as well. So, I mean, there's one little base here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things tucked into there. And it doesn't really seem like it's, you know, it's not that much, and you could definitely put more things if you want. So, you know, you can do these in different sizes, different, well, maybe shapes too, but different sizes. You can make them taller, you can make them wider or narrower to fit your page. You could make 3 of them on a page, 3 smaller ones. So you have the base, you have the idea, and then you can just add to it. That's what I really, really like about this idea book. That was number 14. Number 15, I can't remember. Where did I put the instructions for this one, or did I? Yes, I do. I have them in here. This one is called Waterfall Pocket. So this one, I added, I'll show you that closure in a minute. This is a waterfall. She said from 3 to 5 pieces of paper. Hers were much smaller, depending on your page. I wanted them, you know, almost to fit the same sizes of my page, so I did mine a lot bigger. What did I do mine at? 4 3/4 inches wide, and they were 4 1/4 inches this way. I think I just did the paper in half, the 8.5 tall paper. I did it in half, so that's 4 1/4, and then I did a tab hinge, I guess, 1/2 inch on each one of them. So that's how you attach them. You just add a little hinge and then, you know, glue one here. And I just kind of eyeballed the distance from here to here and made them about the same, so that, you know, it's a nice little waterfall. And then I added some just decoration there. Here's a little tuck. So, you know, you could put there's a whole bunch of pockets in one here too. Here's another side pocket on the front of this one. On the back, I have a bigger pocket with just a fussy cut in there. How did I have that in there? There we go. And then this, I just have a label on the front there. In the back, I have a diagonal pocket. A couple of little pieces in there, decorated that. This one, I have another half circle pocket with a little ticket in there, and another slanted pocket there with a couple pieces of ephemera. That's where I have my instructions. And then I wanted a little closure, and I had just recently seen Diane Mera from Faith Art Design Studio, and she was making a fall album. This is probably about 2 weeks ago, and she was making a waterfall, and she had this closure over top of the waterfall, and I wanted a closure as well. She had hers attached at the top, and it kind of went into a slot at the bottom, and I did mine a little bit different. I did a hinge at the bottom and then Velcro at the top, so that just attaches like that, and then that keeps the waterfall tidy in there. And I just decided to go to town and add a bunch of labels and some fussy cut flowers and a little stamp and a couple of other labels and different things. Take it to there. Just kind of did a splat collage, and I just think that looks really cool on top of there. So, and that just keeps everything tidy and closed. So that's what I have this week. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and next week I will have 16 through 20, Lord willing. So really, really fun project. I think this is such a, I have several other idea books, but I've never had just a pocket idea book, and I think that's a fabulous idea. I'm glad Cindy is doing that. And because I'm not doing all 100 pockets in one, I think it's going to be quite manageable. I still have, you know, it's going to be a little bit chunky at the end. There's a couple of the pockets. This is one of the chunkier ones, and I think this one is a little chunkier as well with all the layers, but I guess in this part too. And some of these are, you know, fairly skinny pockets, or fairly thin profile pockets, like this one here. But I think it'll be a fabulous idea book, and I'll have 100+ pockets. Cindy actually, in her book, she's got 2 bonus pockets, so there's 102. And then she celebrated 50, being halfway there, 50 pockets with, I think it was 5 extra bonus pockets that she added to her kit. And then I think there's another advanced pocket. I don't know. She's adding a couple of pockets anyways, here and there. So I think what I'm going to do is make another idea book with the extra pockets that she has there, and maybe just some basic ones that I, you know, normally use that she's not including here, but I'll probably do that maybe at the end. So I'll probably end up with 5 idea books on just pockets, which is fabulous. So anytime you're making a journal or whatever, you just flip through and find the pocket. You know, I want to make a pocket kind of like this, so I can do this. I can do this on the other side. I can make this more narrow. I can add 3 layers instead of 2, whatever. You know, you've got the base, and you can do all kinds of things with that. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Lord willing, I'll be back next Sunday with another 5 pockets, and this coming week on Tuesday morning, we are going to be releasing a new Truth Tuesday. If you're following along with the Truth Tuesdays, that's going to be another really great. We're taking cultural sayings, and we're running them through the biblical lens and seeing if the things that we're saying as a cultural saying, you know, we just kind of hear the culture saying, and we probably say them ourselves. And we're just kind of putting that through a biblical lens, looking at the Bible, doing a bit of a study, and trying to decide if those things are biblical or not. I won't show you my one for next week. I've got it done already, but it'll be a surprise for Tuesday. But we're doing black and white and just a focus color. This was blue. And just basing them on 4x8 tags, and just making different projects. I've got, all of them are slightly different, but based on that tag shape. There's the green one. This was the 3rd week. This one opens like this. So really fun project. If you want to follow along, you can check that out as well. And Diana and I are collaborating another project for, we're going to start it end of October, beginning of November, and we're going to do something for Thanksgiving. So it's going to have a Bible study attached. We're going to have a wonderful new kit. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that. And yeah, we got lots of cool stuff coming your way. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss things, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, make a comment. I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. Love to hear from you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me, for commenting, and we'll see you soon.